Hi, it's Stacy from familieswithgrace.com, and I thought this would be a great time to talk about Thanksgiving because it's coming up in just a couple of weeks. So I figured this was a great time for me to share some things that have really helped me, that I've learned to make things easier over the last years of my life. It's been a long time. So I've got 5 Thanksgiving tips for you today to help make your life easier this year and have less stress for your holiday season, which is something that we all definitely want. All right, so I have gone to other places for Thanksgiving Day and I have hosted Thanksgiving. The past 2 years I was hostess, and this year I will be again. And to be honest, I really do enjoy hosting Thanksgiving dinner. I think it is also because we don't have a huge gathering. It just usually involves my in-laws and then my parents if they're in town now. So that's just kind of nice. It's just us, and we get together and have some good food and have some fun and some conversation and things that I just really enjoy. The other thing that I really enjoy is getting a chance to make recipes that I don't usually get to make. And my kiddos help me out in the kitchen, which is always lots of fun. And then also I get to eat things that I don't usually have. And I mean, I don't know if food is a love language, but if it is 100% my love language. So it's just, all of it is just fun, and I just really do enjoy it. Even though it is a lot of work, it's just something that I really enjoy. And of course, the biggest Thanksgiving tip that I have is the same one that I have for pretty much everything, and one that I need to remind myself constantly because I am really good at forgetting this. And sometimes even those around me, like my husband, remind me of this. And that tip is to give yourself grace. Remember that you don't have to have a picture-perfect Thanksgiving dinner in order to have a good holiday. It is about spending time with those that you love. In fact, I've had great Thanksgiving dinners of tacos, of lunch meat sandwiches, and at restaurants. I've also had great Thanksgiving dinners filled with delicious homemade food. Even though I do love food, I love my family more. Being together with them is the best part of the holiday. I don't have to focus on being picture perfect, and neither do you. So with that in mind, let's get started with our 5 Thanksgiving tips to make your holiday even better. All right, so we've got to start number 1 with organize your menu and cooking plan. Because Thanksgiving is a food-centric holiday, Thanksgiving meal planning is important. I am a huge list maker and I love being organized. In the past, I've used spreadsheets to organize myself for Thanksgiving meal planning. But this year, I decided to take that spreadsheet and make it a little bit prettier. So I made a Thanksgiving menu and cooking planner for myself that I have now shared in the Families with Grace store on Etsy. I've got links for all of that for you in the description. So it's literally everything I do for menu and cooking planning. I start with the dinner planner and figure out what food we're having, who's making it, when it should be made, and what recipe we're going to use to make it. Some foods, this is what it looks like, by the way, Thanksgiving dinner planner. So some foods I make the day of, and some foods can be made the day before, like desserts and rolls, things like that. So I plan for that. So I plan for what food we're having and when it can be made, and also who is going to make it. My planner helps me sort all of that out, so I kind of have an idea of an overview of what exactly we're going to do. And then it's time to move on to ingredients. So I have my ingredient list. I like printed out recipes, so I'll print out recipes and look through them and see what ingredients I need. Then I will make a list of ingredients that I have on hand, as well as then ingredients that I need to buy. So that way I'm all organized and I can start getting ingredients and have what I need to make the food. And then finally, as Thanksgiving Day gets closer, I organize my cooking planner because there's so much cooking going on for Thanksgiving and there's only limited amount of space in my oven, in my kitchen, on my stovetop. I have to be kind of organized and intentional about what I'm making when and how I'm going to get things done. So I have a cooking planner that looks like this, and this is where I put like the food, what time to begin prep, what time to begin cooking, when it should be finished, and any additional notes that I have. So that just helps keep me organized with what I am cooking, when I am cooking it, and all of those things, which is incredibly important when it comes to Thanksgiving dinner. That's something, I mean, these 3 pages, that just really is totally what my Thanksgiving meal plan relies completely on. So I definitely encourage you to check that out. All right, my second tip is to find the right recipes. So if you're having a traditional Thanksgiving dinner, deciding what recipes to use is important. It can be a good time to experiment somewhat, but for the most part, you want to stick with reliable recipes and things that, you know that you can do, that you can count on. You want to go for easy things sometimes too. I'm big on making Thanksgiving dinner, making food from scratch, but there are times that it's okay to take some shortcuts and to be flexible. So for example, this year, I thought about making a pecan pie from scratch because I've done it before and it's really good, but I just checked pecan prices and I found that I can get a frozen pecan pie to thaw and eat, that we just thaw and eat for a lot less money. And the frozen pecan pie tastes just as good as the one that I make. So I'm going to save myself some time and some money and just buy the frozen one and pull it out of the freezer the day before Thanksgiving, let it thaw, and we'll be good to go. I'm also opting to make a dressing that is a doctored up version of a boxed dressing mix this year. And then my brownies, which my family loves, also start with a box mix. So you can find, I will have links for these recipes that are over on the blog, filmingswithgrace.com, for you to check out as well. Other things I am making completely from scratch, like yeast rolls, because those are so good. Cheesy party potatoes, corn casserole, and mac and cheese. I have the best mac and cheese recipe. It is not mine. I cannot take credit for it, but I had it first in St. Louis, Missouri, and it is so good. So I will have a link in for that as well, that you should definitely check out. It's topped with Ritz crackers. It's just, it's heavenly. I love it, love it, love it. And then I have to add, also, when it comes to finding the right recipes, make sure that you add in food for your family, things that your family likes, even if it is not traditional food. So my husband and son are both a little bit particular eaters, so my menu for Thanksgiving this year also includes things like skillet queso with tortilla chips for them and a Parmesan ranch cheese ball to make sure that everybody has something to eat that they will enjoy. All right, number 3, shop well. While we think of Christmas being the holiday that we do the most shopping, Thanksgiving can be right up there for food. There are 2 tips for shopping well for Thanksgiving that I use. The first is to shop ahead, and the second is to use grocery pickup. So part of the reason that I menu plan early is so I can start stocking up on what I need. 3 weeks before Thanksgiving or so, for example, this year I purchased extra butter, flour, and sugar, knowing that I'd need those things. And they also have a long shelf life, so I knew that I could buy them early. I wouldn't have to worry about them going bad. Adding in a few ingredients here and there is good for my grocery budget, which is nice, but then it also makes finding difficult ingredients easier. It reduces my stress to know that I have what I need, and I'm not scrambling around trying to find a store with canned pumpkin or frozen hash browns in stock, which are things that have happened in the past. The other thing that I highly recommend is using grocery pickup. I started using grocery pickup pre-COVID, and I have never stopped. I love, love, love it. I love being able to shop for groceries from wherever I am, which is usually at home, with my phone or sometimes my computer. It gives me more time to think about what I need and to consult my list. I can better compare prices and make the best choices, and I end up not buying extra items that we don't actually need. And that's not even to mention the amount of time and money it saves me going through the grocery store. So I save money by not buying things we don't need, and I definitely save time by going through and picking out all of the different items and letting someone else do that for me and then load them in my trunk. It is just, I love it so much. So I definitely recommend that as you're buying things for your Thanksgiving dinner, which you're probably doing more shopping. So let someone help you out with that. All right, tip number 4 is to have some family activities planned. Have some easy family activities planned for your Thanksgiving. It's just a great way to have your family be able to hang out together, stay together, have some fun together for even longer. But especially if you're hosting, you certainly don't need any more work to do. So go for easy activities that everyone will enjoy. And these easy activities can be as simple as everyone saying what they're thankful for, or going around the dinner table and having everyone say something they're thankful for about each person there. Some of our favorite activities to do is watching the parade together on Thanksgiving evening. We'll record it when it's on during the day and then sit and watch it in the evening and relax, or watching a movie together or playing games together. Sometimes we do have snacks and things too. Nobody's really hungry for dinner, typically on Thanksgiving evening around my house. So we tend to just have like some popcorn or just random snacks and things too, maybe even some leftovers. Thanksgiving specific games can also be especially fun. And for those, I love and highly recommend printable games that you can print out a few days before Thanksgiving and then pull out for some family entertainment. You can get them in bundles or buy them separately, and I have all kinds of them over at familieswithgrace.etsy.com that you can check out and get for your Thanksgiving celebration this year. And number 5, my final tip for you today is to keep it simple and ask for help. It's kind of a 2-for-1 tip, I guess. But find what you enjoy and do it, but keep things simple. So I love cooking and baking more than I love decorating. My Thanksgiving decor for this year will include a tablecloth that I found on sale at Walmart for $1. And in fact, I wasn't even going to use a tablecloth, but I found it and I was like, oh, that's really cute. It's only $1, let's get it. And then I also found some paper plates and napkins for dessert that say something about being thankful, that I'm going to use those too. And that is really the extent of my decorating for Halloween, or for Thanksgiving this year, not Halloween. That's a whole different holiday. That's my extent of decorating for Thanksgiving and doing, I don't do a centerpiece. I'm not real fancy like that. It's just not my thing. I don't enjoy it. I might pull out my nice dishes this year because they are dishwasher safe. If they were not, I wouldn't use them. But basically, it's simple and effective. However, I know that's not true for everyone. Decorating might be your thing, and if decorating is your thing, do that and cut back on the homemade dishes. Whatever works for you. Find shortcuts. Make something non-traditional or buy your dinner and then just decorate away and make everything look beautiful. But also, don't hesitate to ask for help. This is one of the most important Thanksgiving tips. Your family wants to spend time with you. And if we're honest, the version of you who is not overwhelmed and stressed is much more fun to be around. And I say that as a reminder to myself, by the way, because Stacy that's stressed and overwhelmed is not nearly as pleasant as Stacy who is relaxed and enjoying herself. So definitely ask for help. It is not a sign of weakness, I promise. Ask your children to do things like help with food or cleaning. You can even ask those coming to dinner to bring along dishes as well. It's a great way to do that, and people love to be able to share in things that they made. If you're organizing a large Thanksgiving meal for lots of people, you can even consider just making the whole thing a potluck and use a sign-up sheet so you don't end up with everyone bringing mashed potatoes and nothing else. And you might be not so surprised, but I do have some sign-up sheets also on familieswithgrace.etsy.com. They're nice fillable PDFs for your Thanksgiving potluck that's broken down into categories to make sure that you have everything covered. And there's 2 different designs that I have. You can check out familieswithgrace.etsy.com. So yeah, those are my best tips for Thanksgiving for this year, just to make sure that you are able to have a relaxing Thanksgiving, to enjoy time with your family, to have some good food and make some good memories. So I hope you are having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.